Phil Foden and Savinho are in the final stages of recovery and could return as early as the next match against Brentford. Additionally, City is about to receive the verdict in their legal battle with the Premier League. Stay tuned, as these updates could change the course of our season. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the full updates. Manager Pep Guardiola is hoping that his Manchester City players return from the international break without injuries. Although he would prefer them not to play for their national teams, he understands the value of representing one's country. Despite some controversial comments from Spain's coach, Luis de la Fuente, Guardiola isn't concerned. Recently, Phil Foden and Savinho withdrew from international duties after missing the match against West Ham. Foden was ill, and Savinho is recovering from a minor injury. The Brazilian player was also released from his national team squad, but shared an update on his recovery from his gym in Manchester, suggesting he's on the right track according to Guardiola's expectations. As the team resumes training, there's optimism about Savinho's availability. Meanwhile, Rodri made his first appearance of the season for Spain in the Nations League against Switzerland. Despite City carefully managing Rodri's playing time, De La Fuente started him, and he played for nearly an hour, which seemed like a calculated move, especially with Spain down to 10 men. Now, he has a few days to prepare for City's next match, where they hope Foden will be available against Brentford. Meanwhile, Oscar Bob remains sidelined for a longer period. Other City players like Erling Haaland, Manuel Akanji, Jack Grealish, John Stones, Ruben Dias, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, James McAtee, and Nathan Ake also represented their national teams during this break. Guardiola said, "When they are fit, I want all my players to represent their national teams. We can't influence the manager's decisions." Manchester City is about to learn the outcome of its legal dispute with the Premier League regarding 115 alleged breaches of financial rules. The club insists on its innocence and will have a separate hearing with an independent panel later this summer. City challenged the Premier League's rules on transactions between related parties, which have not been altered for the 2024-2025 season. Tony Bloom, chairman of Brighton, made a brief statement about the case, expressing concern that a favorable decision for City could damage the Premier League's reputation, especially given the harm the arbitration process itself may have caused. Bloom refrained from going into details, but mentioned that a decision is imminent. In an interview with The Athletic, Bloom said, "I'd rather not delve too deeply into this as the case is in arbitration, and we're waiting for a decision. We're merely spectators." Legally, clubs can challenge these rules, but it's not ideal for the Premier League's image. We'll see how it plays out. It wouldn't be good for the league if City wins, but we'll soon know the verdict. The exact details of City's challenge to the associated transaction rules are still unclear, and news of this hearing only emerged after a Times report in June. City fans, with City facing the Premier League in this legal battle, do you think this could affect relationships between clubs and the league? What's your opinion on clubs challenging regulations they consider unfair? Leave your comment here. Kevin De Bruyne is, without a doubt, one of the most significant signings in Manchester City's recent history, having joined the club for $54.5 million in 2015. At the time, his transfer sparked controversy among fans and pundits, including Paul Merson, who criticized the move based on De Bruyne's previous stint at Chelsea. But the Belgian midfielder has proven his worth, becoming one of the greatest players of his generation. It's hard to imagine the success City has achieved without De Bruyne's contribution, now age 33. Before joining City, De Bruyne stood out for Wolfsburg, where he scored 10 goals and provided 21 assists, earning the Bundesliga Player of the Season award in 2014-2015 and winning the DFB Pokal. His performances made Chelsea's decision to let him go seem like a huge mistake. On City's official podcast, De Bruyne revealed that he chose to sign with Manchester City over Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain because he felt the club had a more personal approach, particularly in the negotiations led by Txiki Begiristain. Although City didn't win trophies immediately after his arrival, De Bruyne's decision has been more than validated over time. He became a key figure in City's rise to Premier League dominance and their Champions League triumph in 2023. His legacy at the club is secured, and he's considered one of the Premier League's greatest ever players. So, City fans, De Bruyne has been essential to City's success. Do you believe the club would have reached this level of success without him? How important has he been to the club's winning years? Share your thoughts in the comments. That's it for another video. Thank you for staying updated on Manchester City news. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest news and updates on Manchester City. Hit the notification bell to stay in the loop. See you next time.